So the next topic is a power flow in a after power flow diagram. After power flow diagram, the relation between rotor input power and rotor copper losses and rotor output power PM. The relation between P2, PCU and PM. So this is very important for calculation of induction machine problems. So see, here is the P2 is the rotor input power. Rotor input power P2 equal to Tz into omega. Omega means angular velocity. Tz is the gross torque developed by the rotor, and omega is the 2 pi ns by 60. So omega is angular velocity, it is in the motor, 2 pi ns by 60. Rotor input P2 equal to 2 pi ns by 60 into Tz is the gross torque developed by the rotor. And PM, as we know, the rotor output power PM equal to Tz into omega here also, but here omega is 2 pi nr by 60. At PM is at shaft because it is related to rotor speed, and P2 is at air. Rotor input power is in the air. So the air speed, air gap, air flux speed, air gap speed or the air flux speed or the rotating magnetic field speed is equal to ns. But at PM, it is the actual speed of rotor, that is a nr's value. So you should remember that when it comes to the PM, the angular velocity is equal to 2 pi nr by 60. But when it comes to the P2, angular velocity equal to 2 pi ns by 60. So Tz is common here in the equation 1 and 2. So from the power flow diagram, so in the last slide we discussed that power flow diagram. The P2 rotor input power P2 is equal to PM, that is gross mechanical power output, and PCU, that is the copper losses, rotor copper losses. The rotor input power P2 equal to gross mechanical power developed plus rotor copper losses, and PCU, that is the rotor copper losses, PCU is equal to rotor input power and minus rotor output power. Losses equal to, generally losses equal to rotor input power minus input power minus output. Losses equal to input minus output. So it is in the equation 3, but substitute the equation 1 and 2 in the equation 3. So in the equation 1 there is a P2 2 pi ns by 60 into Tc, and equation number 2 2 pi nr by 60 into Tc. So in the equation there is a P2 term and PM term is there. So substitute the 1 and 2 equations in the equation 3. So that the copper losses PCU equal to Tz 2 pi 60. In the equation 1 and 2 there is a Tz into 2 pi by 60 is a common term in the equation 1 and 2. So the PCU equal to Tz 2 pi by 60 ns minus nr and ns minus nr. So equation 4 by equation 1. Divide the equation 4 by equation 1. So equation 4 is the 2z Tz into 2 pi by 60 into ns minus nr, and the equation 1 is the P2 equal to 2 pi ns by 60 into Tz. So PCU by P2 equal to Tz 2 pi by 60 into ns minus nr by Tz 2 pi by 60 ns. So cancel the Tz 2 pi by 60 and Tz 2 pi by 60. The remaining answer is ns minus nr by ns. PCU by P2 equal to ns minus nr by ns. So PCU by P2 equal to ns minus nr by ns is the S value. So the PCU by P2 equal to S. So that can be written as the PCU equal to SP2. The copper loss is equal to SP2. S is the slip. The copper loss equal to slip times of rotor input power. Slip times of rotor input power. Okay, here the PCU equal to SP2 and the rotor input power P2 equal to rotor copper losses by slip. Rotor copper losses by slip. So PM equal to P2 minus PCU. So here the rotor input power P2 and rotor copper losses are PCU and PM is the rotor output power. Rotor output power equal to rotor input power P2 minus rotor losses PCU. Output equal to input minus losses. See in the sixth equation, in the equation 6, so there is a, in the equation 5, the equation 5 says that PCU equal to SP2. So substitute that PCU in place of PCU in the equation 6, substitute that value SP2 value, then PM equal to P2 SP2. PM equal to P2 SP2. SP2 is in place of PCU in the equation 6. So PM equal to, take a P2 is common, PM equal to P2 into 1 minus S into 1 minus S. PM by P2 equal to 1 minus S. That is equation 7. PCU by P2 equal to S. PCU by P2 equal to S. PM by P2 equal to 1 by S. 1 minus S. Sorry. PM by P2 equal to 1 minus S. That is rotor output. PM is the rotor output and P2 is the rotor input. Rotor output by rotor input equal to 1 minus S. So it is say that output by input of rotor, that is the rotor efficiency. The rotor efficiency equal to 1 minus S. So the approximately rotor efficiency. So from this equations like PCU by P2 equal to S and PM by P2 equal to 1 minus S, we can write that here is the P2 is to PCU is to PM equal to 1 is to S is to 1 minus S. So this is the universal equation. It can be useful for calculation of induction machine problems. So the most of the times in ESET exams and in our competitive exams and for our board exams also. So it is a very important formula. P2 is to PCU is to PM equal to 1 is to S is to 1 minus S. So you should remember that equation. So the next one is 1 minus S. So see here the rotor efficiency. In the rotor efficiency PM by P2, PM by P2. That PM is the rotor output power and P2 is the rotor input power equal to 1 minus S by 1. 1 minus S by 1. So that can be written from this equation P2 PCU PM. So substitute S value in the equation PM by P2 equal to 1 minus S. In place of S there is a NS minus NR by NS. So NS denominator NS is here NS. So NS minus NS is cancelled, plus ns and minus ns is cancelled. So the Pm by P2 equal to Nr by Ns. Pm by P2. Pm by P2 equal to Pm by P2 equal to Nr by Ns. So if you want the rotor efficiency, that equal to rotor output, rotor speed by stator flux speed. If you want a rotor output power, then divide the rotor speed by stator flux speed. Divide the rotor speed by stator flux speed. P2 equal to T omega. So with that equations, we go for the problems. A 4-pole 50 Hz induction machine is running at 1450 rpm. Then find the rotor speed. A 4-pole 50 Hz induction machine is running at 1450 rpm. Then find the rotor speed. Here we know that calculate the ns value. First calculate the ns value. Ns equal to 1500 rpm and nr is 1450 rpm. Find the rotor speed. Sorry, here not a rotor speed but a rotor efficiency. So to find the rotor efficiency, 1450 by 1500, that is rotor speed by stator flux speed, then we get a 97% of efficiency. One more problem. A 4-pole 50 Hz induction machine running at 1450 rpm and power drawn by the motor is 20 kilowatt. The power drawn by the motor is 20 kilowatt. If stator losses are 2 kilowatt, then find the copper losses and rotor efficiency. Note the problem. A 4-pole 50 Hz induction machine running at 1450 rpm and power drawn by the motor is 20 kilowatt. If stator losses are 2 kilowatt, then find the copper losses. So actually the 4-pole 50 Hz machine NS value is 1500 rpm. Then stator losses are given 2 kilowatt. Then find the copper losses. So here is a P1 value is given. P1 value is 20 kilowatt because P1 is input power drawn by the motor. So the PCU is the P2 into H. Input power equal to rotor input power equal to rotor output power plus input power of stator equal to output power of stator plus output power losses in stator. Again input power of stator equal to output power of stator plus losses. Input power of stator is there given 20 kilowatt and stator losses is given to 2 kilowatt. So we want a P2. P2 equal to P in minus PC. Here that is P stator losses. So P2 equal to 20 minus 2, that is 18 kilowatt. So the P2 value is 18 kilowatt. As we know, PCU is equal to P2 into S. So the S is Ns minus Nr by Ns. Ns is the 1500 rpm, Nr is 1450 rpm. So 1500 minus 1450 equal to 50 by 1500. 50 by 1500 equal to 0.03. 0.03. ECU equal to P2 into S. S is 0.03. P2 is 18 kilowatt. 18 kilowatt. So answer is the copper losses. Rotor copper loss equal to 0.54 kilowatt. Next problem, a 6-pole 50 Hz induction machine running at 950 rpm. The rotor input is 40 kilowatt. Then find the gross mechanical power developed by machine. So the gross mechanical power developed by the machine is PM. Gross mechanical power developed by the machine is PM. Six pole 50 Hz induction machine. NS value is 1000 and NR value is 950. S value 50 by 1000 equals 0.05. S value is 0.05. Here rotor input power is given, that is P2. So you should calculate first PCU. Calculate your own PCU value, calculate the PCU. PCU is equal to S into P2. Here S value is 0.05 and P2 value is 40 kilowatt. And substitute the PM equal to P2 minus PCU. So the PCU value is 38 kilowatt. So 38 kilowatt and P2 value is 40 kilowatt. P2 is the 40 and PCU is the 38. So PM value is 2 kilowatt. The gross mechanical power developed by the machine is 2 kilowatt. Gross mechanical power developed by the machine is 2 kilowatt. Now next question. A 6-pole 50 Hz induction machine running at 950 rpm and has a rotor copper losses of 5 kilowatt. If rotor input is 100 kilowatt, a 6-pole 50 Hz induction motor running at 950 rpm and has a rotor copper losses of 5 kilowatt. Its rotor input is, so if you want a rotor input power, the copper losses by slip here is 0.05. Copper losses are 5 kilowatt. 5 by 0.05, 100 kilowatt. The efficiency of a 3-phase induction machine approximately equal to 1 minus S, that is PM by P2 equal to 1 minus S. A 6-pole induction machine as running at a full load 950 rpm, then the machine load is reduced to off. The motor speed will be will be a high value, that means increasing value. So in the option A 950 is given, option B 970 is given, option C 930 is given, and option D 0. So D is wrong, option C is wrong, because of 950 is running. If speed load is reduced, then speed has to be increased. But in the C 930, from 950 to, the machine will not decrease the speed, because the loads are proportional. When the loads are reduced, speeds are increased. The speeds and loads are inverse relation. When the loads are decreasing, speeds are increasing. So C is wrong, and the D, sorry, in the B there is a 970. So and the A is a 950. 950, 950. A also wrong. So the B is the answer. The fractional slip of induction machine is ratio of S equal to PCU by P2. If you want to calculate the slip value, then you can go for the copper losses and input power. So if sometimes in the problem there is no available of NS value and there is no available of NR value. If the value of copper losses and rotor input power P2 is given, then you can calculate the slip values. Rotor frequency is too low, Fr equal to SF, hence rotor iron loss is negligible. The power factor of three-phase induction machine at no load is too low, because the power factor of three-phase induction machine at no load is too low, that is 0.2 lagging. The efficiency of induction machine is between 80 to 90%. But transformer is above 90%. A 5 HP 50 Hz induction machine running with 440 volts and available at different speed, which one is correct? (50 Hz) 3-phase induction machine is running with 440 volts, different speeds. Which one is correct? Okay, you can calculate the NS. So you can calculate the E2 value. E2 equal to SE2. So from that S value is E2 is 440 volts. Rotor frequency Fr equal to SF. So the answer is 78. In three-phase induction machine, iron loss in the starter more and iron loss in the rotor is very less, because in a induction machine The startup frequency is constant, that is equal to supply times of frequency, and the rotor frequency is very less. That is, when rotor is running condition, rotor frequency is equal to slip times of startup frequency. Rotor frequency is equal to slip times of startup frequency. So on the running condition, rotor frequency is decreasing, so rotor losses are very less. Rotor iron loss are very less and negligible. In a three-phase induction machine, starting power factor is low and running power factor is more, because under starting the current drawn is more. Current drawn is more to maintain the flux, and the low power factor is starting. The copper losses in rotor appear as a heat in copper wire. A three-phase 50 Hz induction machine draws a 50 kilowatt power from supply, and starter losses are 2 kilowatt. If rotor is EMF is oscillate at 100 oscillation per minute, the rotor copper losses must be P2 equal to P in minus P starter losses. P2 equal to 50 minus 2 by 48 kilowatt is equal to FR by F. So FR by F, FR is 100 rotor oscillations per minute, 100 by 60, and startup frequency is F50. So PCU equal to S into P2, S value 100 by 60 into 50, and P2L is 48. From this PCU equal to 1.6 kilowatt. 1.6 kilowatt. A three-phase induction motor running at 3% of slip and draws a 30 kilowatt. If rotor losses are negligible, then find the rotor copper losses per phase. If rotor losses are negligible, then find the rotor copper losses per phase. Zero 0.03 slip 30 is the P2. PCU equal to S into P2. S is 0.03, P2 is a 30 kilowatt. The efficiency of three-phase induction motor cannot be greater than 1 minus S. The efficiency of three-phase induction machine cannot be greater than 1 minus S. For a higher efficiency of three-phase induction machine, slip must be with a less value. Higher efficiency of three-phase induction machine,
slip must be with a less value. Higher efficiency of three-phase induction machine, slip must be with less value, because if slips are increasing, then the efficiency will be a decreasing value. When slips are decreasing, efficiency is higher efficiency. So slips are minimum efficiency is high. To get a minimum slip, NR value must be more and is nearly equal to NS value. A 4-pole 50 Hz induction machine operates with a 5% of slip. Then find the frequency of induced EMF in a rotor. So a 4-pole 50 Hz induction machine operates with a 5% of slip. Frequency induced EMF in a rotor. Rotor frequency calculate. So here rotor frequency F equal to SF2. S is the 0.5 and F2 is the 50 Hz. 50 Hz. Then we get an answer 2.5 Hz. 0.05 into 50, it equal to 2.5 Hz. Rotor current in a three-phase induction motor is directly proportional to slip. As know that rotor current I2 equal to SE2 by R2 square plus SX2 square. So the I2 is proportional to S. A three-phase 6-pole induction machine is connected to 60 Hz supply. Three-phase 6-pole induction machine is connected to 60 Hz supply. If rotor induced EMF at standstill is 4 volt, then if rotor is running at 300 rpm, then find the EMF to be induced in the rotor. So when the motor is at standstill condition 4 volts, if the rotor is running at 300 rpm, what is the EMF induced in the rotor? Bars. So when 300 at 300 rpm, slip values are different. So find at 300 rpm, so slip value is equal to 0.75. A 6-pole 6-pole induction machine, 60 Hz. So whenever 6-pole with 60 Hz, so generally we do the mistake 6-pole. When we see the 6 poles, we select NS equal to 1000, but it is a 60 Hz. Because of 60 Hz, NS value is the 1200. So 1200 minus 300 by 1200, it is 0.75. So E2 are equal to S into E2. So this equation I have given in the rotor parameters under standstill condition and running condition. E2 are equal to SE2. E2 are equal to SE2. S value is 0.75. P2 is 4. 0.75 into 4 equal to 3 volts. 0.75 into 4 volt equal to 3 volts. So next topic is a torque in induction machine. So torque in induction machine, before going to torque in induction machine. So till now we completed the power flow. Power flow, in that there is a stator input power P1. That power is, that input power is wasted in the stator, is called stator losses, and the remaining power is sent to the rotor. That power is called stator output power or the rotor input power P2, and rotor input power P2 is wasted in the rotor, so that wastage is called PCU, and remaining power available at the shaft, that power is called the PCU power, gross mechanical power PM, and PM power is available at shaft. PM and mechanical losses. So after that there is a topic, torque in induction machine. So this topic discussed in the next slide, next video. That is video number 7.